click my thingy here and it shows that I'm on. Can you guys hear me? I don't know if you guys can hear me or not, because I can't tell over here on my pad either. Let me know if you guys can hear me.
Let me know if you guys can
Oh, there
hear
you
me.
go. Okay, all right, all right. It was my bad. So you guys should be. Hey, Lauren, how you doing? So you guys should be able to hear me. Everybody should be. TikTok's hearing me. YouTube should be. Yes, I got 5x5 from Salt Miss. Great. Thank you. Wayne Davis says, I can hear you. Thank you, Wayne. Good evening, Salt Miss. Good to see you guys here on the channel. I am super excited that you guys are here. To all of you that are new, my name is Fernando. I am God's Prepared Warrior. And you guys on YouTube and Facebook, y'all probably don't know because you can't see, but I'm live on TikTok also at the same time. So if you see me turning back and forth, it's because I'm looking at everybody. I just want to make sure that all of the communities are have my attention. And TikTok is going really fast. Hello, Angela. And thank you guys for liking the channel. Those of you on YouTube, I want you to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. We want to grow this community really big. Not just here where I live. It's not all about me. Trust me. I am not a front person, but you know, God has called me to do this thing, and here we are, right? We are doing it for the Lord. Prepping for the Lord. So welcome to the channel, guys. This is a prepping channel that doesn't just talk about physical preparedness, but we also talk about spiritual preparedness. And if all of you are where I am, or even in the vicinity of this crazy weather, you guys are probably freezing, because we are freezing in Texas. And I'm gonna be honest, we're not used to cold weather. Well, let me take that back. We're used to cold weather because cold weather will come and then it'll go. Just as fast as it came in, it's out. And so we're used to that. But we're not used to the freezing rain. We're not used to the snow. But we love it when it comes because it looks pretty, right? It looks pretty. It just looks pretty. And so, you know, we're just not used to that. So tomorrow it's supposed to be an ugly day for us. We're not starting work till 11 if the roads allow us to start work tomorrow. So I don't know. So we might be shut down a day, and then it's going to be hot all over again here in Texas. So if you guys are in the northern states and you're tired of the cold, come on down to Texas. You know, we only got like a few days of cold. So the rest of the time we're burning up, and it seems like it's just too dang hot. So, yeah. So welcome to the channel, guys. I'm excited for tonight. We have a lot of great stuff to cover tonight and talk about. And so what I would like to do is see you chatting tonight. Somebody over here in YouTube says, hooray, TikTok. I was just telling them earlier, the guys over here on TikTok, because I always bring them in first, just so that they're up and running. And I was telling them, you know, we had such a long break from TikTok. You know, there was people crying. You know, I was like, man, you know, I don't know what to do. Where am I going to scroll? But, you know, hey, the powers that be, right? Let's see. Salt Miss says it's 8 degrees here tonight in Maine. Wow, I can't even fathom that. You know, I remember when I used to work at my local grocery store, when I lived in Austin, I would work in the freezer, and you would walk in there, and your boogers would freeze all up and everything. I remember all that. So I don't know if that's how it is there with you, Salt Miss, but yeah, I can't even imagine that right now. I think right now we're sitting at, I think like maybe 33 is what I saw earlier, something like that. Anyway, it's pretty darn cold, and it's supposed to drop down to, I think, 24 tonight for us. So yeah, it's pretty cold. Lime Time Industries. Welcome, guys. I'm 4 miles from Eden Fire, just updating our team on fire news updates. Well, welcome. We're praying for you guys down there. Salt mist. Let's see. That Lifetime says that's cold. Yeah, it's pretty cold up there where she's at. Shelly says we are sitting at 4 degrees. On our high was 7 today. Wow. That is just insane. And you know, they were making fun of me today. It's not over here. Oh, it's probably, no, it's not even on the back of my chair. But I have this huge jacket that I got. It's a huge, very warm jacket. And, you know, I'm a big guy, but this jacket is huger than I am. And I walked into work today with that thing, and everybody was like, Fernando, you're never cold. And I go, yeah, well, it's cold outside. So, yeah, so, you know, we have those kind of jackets. They just kind of live in the closet, you know, 355 days of the year. So that's Texas. Welcome to Texas. Yeah, we have a saying down here, wait 5 minutes and the weather will change. So, yeah. So that's really cold. Thank you guys for sharing your temperatures where you are. You guys on TikTok, share your temperatures with everybody. Let's talk about how cold it is where you are. I would like to know that when I watch this later again, so that I can catch up on what everybody says. So welcome, guys, to the channel. I want to go over some of our channel growth news. I kind of been doing that here, I think, in the last 3 meetings that we've, the last 3 meetings we've had. I've been talking about our channel growth. So over on YouTube currently, we've gone up since last live Monday, and I'm super excited. People are like, but Fernando, you have a small channel. You just don't understand. You know, if you don't have a YouTube channel, you don't understand. You know, it's like trying to milk a cow that's been milked already, and you can't get no milk out of it, right? So, you know, I'm just excited for the very few people that that subscribe and that like our stuff, and so, you know, let's see, I don't know if that was worse or even better, but anyway, you know, it's really exciting to me to see all the people come onto the channel and subscribe, because I'm the type of person that I'm going to engage with you, and I just love to engage with people because I want to learn. I want to learn where you are, not because I'm going to go find you or anything. I just want to know what it's like. You know, I've been living in Texas all my life. I've never gone, well, I've gone to Biloxi, Mississippi, and I've gone to Alabama, to Gulf Shores, Alabama, and that's about as out of Texas I've ever gotten. I mean, you just got to remember, it takes too long to get out of Texas to really go anywhere in a car. So yeah, it's a problem. So you know, other than that, you know, I've never been, and so anytime I get to talk to people who are not from Texas, it's always a treat for me, because I get to learn, right? Because it's not the same. It's not the same everywhere. Everywhere is different, and so, you know, I just truly believe that. Hey Tosh, thank you for joining the live. I truly believe that it's important for us to learn. It's one of the things I always tell all of my friends and all the people that I'm connected with. You know, we should never ever get to a state where we're not learning. We should always be learning new things, no matter how old you are. I mean, look at me. I'm pretty old. My birthday's coming up, and I'm still learning. You know, I don't stop from learning. So I don't know if I should turn this light off or what. It's driving me nuts. All right, I'll just turn it off. So yeah, so as of today, we're sitting at 533 subscribers on YouTube. YouTube is our main platform. It's where I started. I also started on Facebook. I have a huge community on Facebook, on my personal page, and then on some other pages that we're a part of. I do have a God's Prepared Warrior community page, and I also have a God's Prepared Warrior page. So make sure that you look up all that information. Make sure you subscribe to that, because I dump stuff all in there. I'm on Instagram. If you go to the description in YouTube in any of my videos, even on this live, you can find the links to all of our social media. And guys, I write a devotional every Monday morning, and I send that out to people who have gone to the website and said, hey, Fernando, I want that free devotional. And then I do the same on Tuesday with my blog. And then everybody else who has not subscribed doesn't get that on social until I post it Thursday and Friday. So if you want in on the early bird special, it's free. And all you have to do is go to the website. Link is in all of my videos on YouTube. Go there. Click the website link, go to the contact page, and then you'll see it says sign up for the newsletter. Just fill out your information there. All I really need, if you want to share with me your name, please do. I would like to know you by name. You don't have to tell me your last name. Some people don't even put their last name in there, and that's okay. But I need at least your name and your email address so I can send you all that free information. So make sure you do that. All that's free. It goes in your inbox. I don't spam people. So yeah. So check that out. I write all that stuff for you guys. It's on the devotional is on Monday so that you have a great week. The blog, it talks about prepping, and it also talks about spiritual prepping. So that adds on to that for the rest of the week. So check that out. I'm looking for moderators. I need moderators on TikTok. I need moderators on YouTube. And I want to build a community of moderators. So I want to meet with you guys once a month via Zoom so we can talk stuff and expand on the community where you are, right? So if you want to be one of my marauders, my moderators, send me an email. Simply, my email is very easy. It's godspreparedwarrior@gmail.com. So send me email. Hey, Fernando, I'd like to be a moderator for you on TikTok or on whatever, on YouTube. Let me know, and that way I can get you added. And then once we have the number that I really, really want, we will set up a Zoom meeting, and then from there we'll go and we'll talk all about being a moderator and what that looks like in this community, and what we want to do, because I want to not just use you guys to shut people out, but I want to teach you guys so that you can teach other people. It's really cool. I have a great idea. So you're not just a person that boots people out. You actually are a person that encourages others also, and things like that. So so if you want to be a moderator, send me an email at godspreparedwarrior@gmail.com. Yeah, godspreparedwarrior@gmail.com. And just let me know. All right, that is the channel growth and the channel talk. Now we're moving into the news. So, as of today, Donald Trump is now the 47th president of the United States of America. Congratulations to Donald Trump. And I don't know if you guys were off today. I worked today, but I still was able to watch it live for a little while, at least for the inauguration. So, that happened today. I know all of you guys know that. It's been like blowing up everywhere. So just want to congratulate him on that. Let's keep him in prayer. That man needs our prayer. Let's keep him in prayer. Let's keep his cabinet in prayer. All the new people, let's keep them in prayer. Our government leaders need our prayer. We may not like them, but by God, do they need our prayers? So yes. Hey, Aaron, you're not late. You're just on time. I just started the news. You're good. But welcome. Hey, Brother David. What's up, brother? Good to see you. The other thing that came out in the news, I don't know if you guys saw, but Joe Biden, before he left today, he pardoned all the rest of the members of his family. So they're pardoned from from anything that can happen to them. I mean, what did they do? I don't think anybody knows. Biden knows, right? I think, what's funny about that? I really think that I heard at one time Donald Trump say that, thank you guys for all the tappy tap that y'all are doing over there. Thanks. Keep doing it. I do remember President Trump saying at one time that the whole family was corrupt. you have to listen to Donald Trump, and you're like, is that true? Or, you know, so obviously, right? He is he's pardoned all of his family. Now, Lifetime says hashtag crooks. Yes, I get it. I get it. So yeah, Shelly says they sure do need our prayers. Yes, they do. You're right. You are right. So let's so yeah, so he pardoned all of his family, and then he pardoned the J6 committee. Now, I thought that help me get this, because I want to get this right. I'm not a smart person. I thought that if you are prosecuting people, it's because they needed to be prosecuted, right? I mean, or am I wrong? Because why would you need a presidential pardon now? Did you not do your job right? I mean, that's my question. I'm just saying. I'm not accusing anybody, but things that make you go right? I'm just saying. So yeah, so he pardoned the whole committee. So it's just insane. So yeah, and then the other part of that came out in the news is Donald Trump issues sweeping pardons for the J6 rioters. I think in all there was like 1,500 people that were pardoned because of that, or that participated in that. So he pardoned all of those people. So probably by the end of this week, we will see a lot of people coming back into society. Just saying. Trump, the other thing in news, Trump declares illegal immigration a national emergency. Yes, it is a national emergency. And it was really sad today to see that there were some photos of people who were coming to the border and they didn't make it in time. And the gates were shut. USA's closed. And, there was some sadness happening there. And I can only imagine, because there were some true people that were coming over that border that were really running from a lot of things that were happening where they were living. Now, you also had all those crazy people that came in and are creating a ruckus. And hopefully, according to Donald Trump, all of those people will not any longer be here. So we'll see how all that works. I don't know how all that's going to work and how you track people and all that. I don't know. So yeah. So that was shut down today because of the inauguration, and so there was a lot of sad people. So I've been praying for those people that are now stuck on the wrong side of the fence. Yeah, let's keep them people in prayer. They're still people, right? All right. Let's see. The other thing, the Israeli 3 Israeli hostages and 90 Palestinians were freed as the Gaza ceasefire continues and it takes hold. So that's really good. I'm hoping that they're going to release all of them, and so yeah, I'm really hoping that we actually get to see all of those people that were taken hostage come home. I've been praying for them, and I've been praying that that they are alive still, and it would be so devastating for a family to have not known, and all this time that their family member has been deceased. So I've been praying for them, and it's just when I saw that today, it brought joy to my heart today to see that come out. So let's keep praying for that, and that they continue to set those hostages free. Another thing I saw in the news was in Colombia, 80 people are unalived. Right, I have to use that word because if not, they'll kick me out. 80 people were unalived, and about 18,000 flee because of a new surge of violence that is happening there in Colombia. That scares me because, we have a business, my wife and I and my partner, we have a business, a coffee business, and the majority of our coffee is Colombian based coffee beans. And so, that just scares me because that's where my coffee comes from. And I love Colombian coffee. I love all kinds of coffee, but yeah, it's our go-to coffee for our business. And so, so that's kind of weird. I saw that and I was like, wow. So we got to keep those people in prayer too, because they're running from all the craziness that is happening in their hometown, and all the stuff that they are seeing there. Somebody asked me, Fernando, is there a thing that you do to pull out the news? And I told him, I said, no, I just scroll randomly, and then what piques my interest, just like the Colombian thing, I bring it up because, that hits home for me because it's part of my business. They grow coffee beans over there, and I thought that was just pretty crazy. So yeah. But I try to choose things that are kind of in the know, because it usually will lead to the discussion for the night. So, it's important for us to keep prepping, and you hear a lot of that on my channel. You hear a lot of that on some other prepping channels that are on YouTube. And I'm going to be honest with you. It can't be any truer, right? For example, we're going through this winter storm, right? And I can tell you that everybody went to the grocery store tonight, and the grocery store was closing early. And if you didn't know that because you don't watch the news, I'm not telling you to watch the news. I'm just telling you there's, sometimes in the news they do have news for you to listen to and follow. And I'll be honest, they for bad weather and stuff, better be watching your news, because you know what? They're going to tell you what's closed. They're going to tell you your kid's school's closed, and you're going to be all trying to get ready. Come on, kids, let's go. You get to school, it's closed. Well, you didn't know that because you didn't watch the news. So, so I know that tonight a lot of people probably went to the grocery store, and knowing from past experience, they probably bought out the grocery store and they bought out all the toilet paper. I'm just saying, it's true. It is very true. We went to Sam's on Saturday. My wife wanted to go to Sam's. I didn't want to go, but she wanted to go. So we went. There was a lot of people in there. A lot of people. They were getting ready, and I love the fact that, my wife takes care of us in that area, because she'll go and buy extra things. And, when stuff like this happens, if we get snowed in tomorrow or iced in, we have food to last. But my question for all of us is, how much do you have? I don't want you to tell me how much you have. I don't want you to put it in the chat. I want you to think about that question, because we should be putting away for times like this, right? You'll hear other channels, and usually they'll talk about, doomsday. If you listen to a certain Canadian, everything's on fire and the world is on fire, and that's all good. I love watching his channel. I'm the weird guy that watches his channel, and because he's got some really great insights on stuff. And so, you have those kinds of channels, and they focus on that. Most of the time they're trying to sell stuff, things like that. But I tell you to prep because the storm's coming. I tell you to prep because, you know what? During hurricane season, the hurricanes are coming. And I'm going to be honest with you. If you wait till the last minute, you will be out there with the last minute people who wait till the last minute, and you won't get anything. I shared with you guys last Monday, how there was only 2 boxes of eggs left in the egg case at the store. And as my wife's about to open the door, this lady swoops in behind her, takes the last 2 boxes of eggs, looks at my wife, says, "I need them," and runs off. Yeah. We're living in that time. And so, it's so much easier for all of us if you would just prep early. For all of you, if you would just prep early, right? Every time you go to the store, bring a couple of cans of things home, right? And just keep piling it, rotating it, to where you actually have your own store within your house, right? Somebody asked me, "What does that mean, Fernando? Will you explain it tonight?" Yes, it's easy. You have your pantry, right? Your house comes built with a pantry. And usually it's not really big, depending on the house you get, right? But that pantry is where all your food goes. And then you have cupboards and stuff, and you probably can see all that in the background back there. You have cupboards, or you buy an extra one like that one right there, and you stuff that, right? Because your pantry is really small, like ours, and so you have more room or whatever. But I always say, stock your pantry, and then as you continue to stock from the store, build a store in your home to where when your pantry runs out, you go to that store within your home, wherever you put it, in the room, or in that room between the inside of your house and the garage, whatever. And you stock stuff in there, you take stuff from there and you put it in your pantry. You go to the grocery store to stock your store that's in your house, and it rotates like that. So that's how that works. We've been doing that for a little bit already, and it's great in a pinch. And I'm gonna be honest with you, because I have to prep my meals for work, and I hate doing that. I hate prepping my meals. I'll do all kinds of other prepping. I just hate prepping meals. I don't know why, but there's a couple of times that I've been lazy. I'm gonna be honest, been lazy, and I'm like, man, what am I gonna eat? And then I remember, I have that can of chunk chicken, so I'll go get that chunk chicken, pop that can, dump the water out, and throw it in a pan, fry that up. I mean, it's already cooked. Fry it up, add all my spices. Hey, thanks for joining the team. That was pretty cool. Put all my spices in there, and make it like a taco meat, or put chicken fajita seasoning on it, and now it's all of a sudden it's chicken fajita meat, right? Throw that on a tortilla with some onion, cilantro, man, boom, you got you a meal right there, right? So that's how I also use it myself, like that. But you got to put that back, right? So put it back, put it back, put it back. And just keep it away from, keep it in the right place to where it lasts, right? So do that. It's important to do that. But because there's a lot of people right now, today, let's see, what time is it right now? Oh, the stores actually closed. They closed at 8. So now there's people that didn't get a chance to go to the store. So guys, it's time to keep prepping. That's the title of this segment, is to keep prepping, right? We got to keep doing it, and just because Donald Trump's in the office doesn't mean that he's the savior of the world, because guess what? He ain't, right? And I'm going to be honest with you, if poop hits the fan or a tornado hits your home, Donald Trump ain't going to be there to help you. He just ain't, right? So you got to take care of you. You got to take care of your family. And you got to make sure you are making the preparations for you and your family in your household. So you'll hear that from me a lot. I'll talk about prepping. I'll talk about prepping your car. You should have things in your car that are prepped up, especially for this winter storm. You need to have things in there. And so be doing that kind of stuff. All right. So let's take this keep prepping idea, and let's talk about it, right? I know that it's so important for us to keep prepping. I know that many of us, really hoped, probably for different outcomes for the elections. Maybe Donald Trump was the one you voted for, and you're excited, and all that's good, right? But there's a temptation to let frustration or uncertainty distract us from our mission, right? We have to remember that God calls us to be diligent. He calls us to be vigilant, right? In the Bible, it says, "Be vigilant." God, no matter who's in power, right? No matter who's in charge, God still calls us to be vigilant. He still calls us to be prepared, no matter who is in that Oval Office, right? Or even whatever is happening around us. We have to stay vigilant and we have to stay prepared, right? So that's so important. It's our responsibility. Let me really be clear on this, because it's our responsibility to prepare. That doesn't change because of politics. That doesn't change because we think that the right person's in the seat or not. That doesn't change ever, right? We still have to keep prepping, no matter who's the president. It's all about staying vigilant. It's all about being resilient, and it's all about being rooted in God, right? I share this verse a lot with people. John chapter 15, verse 5, that Jesus is telling his disciples, he says, "I am the vine, you are the branches. If a man remains in me and I in him, he will bear much fruit, but apart from me, he can do nothing." We have to be connected to the vine, right? God has to be a part of our life. And that's why I talk a lot about that here in this channel, because I understand that I need God in my life. And if I'm going to be doing anything in life, God needs to be in the middle of that. And so I just want to encourage you that you bring God into the middle of your marriage, your kids' life, your life, relationship with your friends and family. Bring God into your workplace, right? Do that. Take God with you when you're on the way to work and it's just you and him. Talk to him. Pray. Just don't close your eyes, right? Keep your eyes on the road. But, talk to God. Tell him, what you're going through. Tell him about your day. He wants to hear all of that. He knows it all, but he wants to hear you tell him, right? So keep doing all of that. So let's look at the practical side of prepping. Practical side are all the things, right, that we can have on hand. I'll talk about that in a minute. So all the things that we prep. Practical side, so let's talk about that. I can't emphasize enough how important it is to keep taking small, get this, small, consistent steps. Let me say that again. It's important for us to be taking small, consistent steps when it comes to prepping. I can't just go out, to Bass Pro Shop and say, I'm going to buy all this preparedness stuff, or I'm going to go to the Army surplus and just buy it all out. Ain't nobody got that kind of money. At least I don't, right? And so we got to take things a little bit at a time, right? So what do? You need to build your supplies gradually, right? Like I tell you, when my wife goes to the store, she only brings a few extra things on top of the list that she takes, right? We need these things for the store or the pantry, depending if we're out in both places. And she will buy all that stuff on the list, and then she'll buy a little extra. so that it goes on the shelf, right? So build your supplies gradually. It's important to stock up on non-perishable foods. Right? Foods. That's what I've been talking about. It's important to stock up on water, right? You need to have first aid supplies. You need to have those things. We think, oh well, I got Band-Aids, Fernando. I got Neosporin. Well, great. I'm glad you do. But what if somebody in your house falls and they break an arm? You're gonna need a sling. If, Lord forbid, in the neighborhood you live in, San Antonio, where I live, it gets pretty bad. The house gets shot up, and it was the wrong house, wrong. They had the wrong information, whatever. How are you going to stop that bleed? You're just going to stand there and call 911 and wait for the ambulance? No, man. You gotta get on top of that. You know what I mean? I worked on a prison. I worked in a prison here in Texas, and we had it was on a visitation Saturday, and I was working that Saturday, and we had a family member of one of the inmates come, and he got through the checkpoint outside. He came in, and he went through the room where they scan you down. He went through that, and as he was walking up the long walkway to the building to see his grandson, he had a huge heart attack on the sidewalk. And I'm going to tell you because I'm CPR trained, and also the officers that were working with me that day, CPR trained, and we try to revive that individual until the paramedics came, and it took them a great while. So you can't rely on help to come fast enough. And so I would encourage you to take a CPR class. I would encourage you to take a stop the bleed class, that kind of stuff, because you may not ever use it, but what if you have to? You know what I mean? I would rather have it than not have it, right? It's that adage that preppers always talk about. 2 is 1 and 1 is none, right? I think that's how it goes. Don't beat me up if it's not. I think that it's important for us to do that, because we need to actually be self-efficient to be able to work on those things ourselves. I'm not telling you to become a doctor, right? I'm just telling you to learn how to do things other than a Band-Aid, right? We can do those things. We can. Even though I don't like blood, I can do those things. It's that simple, right? So I would encourage you guys to take your preps beyond that, right? Take those gradual steps. Start out little by little, because if you don't start out at all, then you didn't really do anything. You see what I'm saying? So it's important that we build our supplies gradually, right? So don't let the changing seasons or the political landscape that's changing, catch you off guard. Don't let that be the thing that takes your focus away. Keep prepping, right? It's so important. The second thing is sharpen your skills, right? That's what I was already talking about, right? Take the time to learn, to refine skills like gardening. Well, Fernando, I don't know how to garden. Well, great. Google it, right? Google it, find it, learn it. I'm learning it. I'm growing some avocado seeds right now. You might say, well, Fernando, you can't grow avocados in Texas. I know, but they're popping out the seed. So you know what I mean? It's my first thing. I'm learning that, right? And, I bought my seeds, and I have seeds to plant, and that's my goal for this next planting season. So I want to be able to be self-sufficient, and I want to be able to do that gradually. So yeah, so take the time to learn, to refine your skills. Maybe it's learning first aid. Maybe it's even just basic mechanics, right? Maybe you know you've your car's been breaking down a lot. Learn it, right? It's not hard. Look, I'm gonna tell you, I'm not a mechanic, but I can change the oil if I wanted to. I can change the alternator, change the battery, change the windshield washer fluid, all those easy things. I can do that. I can change a tire. I can do all of that. But there's a lot of people that can't even do that, right? So learn it, right? Get in there, get your hands dirty. Preparedness is not just about stuff. I know that preppers get this, this bad rap about, all they do is they hoard things. All they do is, they talk about the end of the earth, or doom is coming. I get it. I understand, because there are people that are out there that do that, and hey, if that's what floats their boat, that's them. I'm just gonna prep because I don't want to be left hanging. I don't want my wife to not. I don't want to ever hear her say, "Babe, I'm hungry," right? I don't want to ever hear her say that. And if you're a man, I'm picking on men today. If you're a man, and you've never thought about that, hey, you should think about that. Relationship goals. I'm just saying. You should never hear your wife say, "Man, I'm hungry," and there's nothing in the pantry, because we didn't prep, right? I'm not telling you to go buy, a whole half of a cow. No, you got to build your supplies gradually, right? You got to sharpen your skills. You don't just, start off in 60th gear. No way. There's no way you can do that, right? So build your supplies gradually, sharpen your skills, right? Preparedness is not just about stuff. It's about what you know and what you can do, right? So sharpen your skills. Here's the next one. Stay informed. I'm always going to talk about being informed, right? You got to pay attention to weather reports. I pay attention to all that stuff. Why? Well, because, I don't want the stuff around the outside of my house to break tonight, because I didn't go to the store and buy the little cone that goes over the faucet because I was lazy. I don't want to be the one that, doesn't do anything for his house, and then now his pipe breaks and he has, $2,000-$3,000 bill from the plumber because they had to come do the work because he didn't know how. I'm not saying that I'm an expert in anything, because I'm not. What I'm saying is, build your supplies gradually. Do your preps gradually. Sharpen your skills. Don't just sit there and not do anything. Learn some things, right? Stay informed. Maybe it's learning how to make candles. Did you know that preppers use candles? All you gotta do is make them and sell them. Just saying. Stay informed, right? Pay attention to weather reports, because you don't want to wait till the last minute. The hurricane's coming, it's barreling down the way, and you still haven't prepared your home for hurricane season. And that's a lot. You got to board your windows. You got to do all that. I mean, it's a lot, especially you live on the coast and you wait till the last minute. You're going to blow away with that house. I'm just saying. That's going to be you, boo. So, we need to pay attention to weather reports. We need to pay attention to the economic shifts in our society. We have to pay attention to all of that. Hi, Scarlett. Welcome to the channel there on TikTok. We have to pay attention to all that. We have to understand what's happening globally, right? Yeah, I know you live in Midtown, USA. Great. And sometimes we don't even know what's happening around us. We're so we don't know what's situationally, we don't know what's happening, and we're not aware. And so we need to be aware. We need to pay attention. We need to pay attention to those global things because, what I always say, what happens over there will eventually happen here. It will happen, right? So being informed helps you to respond wisely and not out of fear, right? The people who wait till the last minute, they respond in fear because it's the last minute. What am I going to find at the grocery store? Is there going to be toilet paper? I remember those days. I remember them. That's why I am the way I am. Because of those days in 2020. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Yeah. And Fauci got a pardon today. That was the other person that got that Biden pardoned today. I forgot to tell you. Yeah. Apparently the shots were just... the shots weren't doing anything. Oh, the masks weren't doing anything. Oh, really? Put that mask on. I really love that Trump has invited back all of the military personnel that were let go because they wouldn't take the shot. And he brought them all back, bringing them all back. And he's paying them for the time that they were not working. Man, that is just awesome. So build your supplies gradually. Sharpen your skills. That's important. Stay informed. That's important, right? So when we focus on these consistent actions, we actually build a safety net, not just for you, but for your family and your community around you. So that's the practical side of keep prepping that I wanted to talk to you about tonight. Let's talk about the spiritual side. The spiritual side is important. I want to shift gears here to the spiritual side of prepping, because being physically ready means little if your soul isn't prepared, right? As followers of Christ, our ultimate preparedness is rooted in faith, right? Here's the truth. Jesus warned us that difficult times would come. Have you been in a difficult time? I bet you have. Have you been in a difficult time? I bet you have. Jesus warned about difficult times to come. But he also promised his peace in the midst of chaos, right? He promised that. And so I want to read to you 1 Corinthians 16:13 that says, "Be on your guard." Another version says, "Stay vigilant." So be on your guard. Stand firm in the faith. Be courageous. Be strong. That's 1 Corinthians 16:13. And this verse should be our call to action. Not just for spiritual vigilance, but for everyday readiness, right? Every day I'm thinking. Y'all are going to be like, Fernando, you're weird. But, I look at situations and I ask myself, what if, right? When we sit down in a restaurant, I sit down in the spot of the table that I'm able to see the exit, the entrance. I'm able to see people come, people go. Why? Because I want to know where the thread is. Because if I need to take the thread out, I'm going to take it out, right? That's just me. I'm that person. I take lead in that way. And so, I'm going to protect my wife. I'm going to protect my family. And I'm going to know what's happening from the position that I sit. And so I am vigilant wherever I go. I'm always prepared, but I am very vigilant. And so I'm always on my guard, as the scripture verse says here, and I stand firm on my faith. I am firm that I can't do anything without God, and I'm taking God with me wherever I go. I bring God right here with us online, right? So, to me, that's very important. But this verse should be our call to action, and it should help us to be spiritually ready, right? So you need to be on your guard. I'm going to give you 3 things here. Number 1, you need to be on your guard. Spiritually, this means guarding your heart from fear and worldly distractions. I want you to know that. Practically, it means being alert to changes in your surrounding, right? There's things that are always distracting us. I'm going to be honest with you. You're driving on the road, and right, they have billboard signs that take our eyes off the road. There are businesses all along the sides of the road, and those things distract us. They take our eyes off the road. I will tell you that in this world, there are a lot of things that take our eyes off the road. And so, this means that we have to guard our hearts from fear and worldly distractions. And we have to be alert to the changes in our surroundings. So be on your guard. Second, you should stand firm in the faith. And remember, our ultimate hope is in Jesus. Praise the Lord. Not in any political people, right? Or governments or systems or anything like that. Our ultimate hope is in Jesus. He is the one that's coming back for all of us that are Christians. He is the one that is coming back to take us home. So he is our ultimate hope. So be on your guard, stand firm in the faith, and third, be courageous and strong. Preparation is not just an act of caution. It is an act of courage. Preparation is an act of courage. It shows trust in God's provision, and it shows trust that He is going to give us wisdom, right? So, here's what I want to encourage you to do spiritually. It's important to start out each day with prayer. This is what I do. I'm telling you, I'm basically telling you what I do. We should start out each day with prayer. We should ask God for wisdom and protection, right? We should definitely ask God for wisdom and protection. We should memorize Scripture. Why, Fernando? Why do I got to memorize Scripture? Because that strengthens your faith in tough times. Remember, Jesus said, tough times are coming. But if we take God's word and we put it in our heart, not just in our brain, but in our hearts as well, whenever those hard times come, we will react with that scripture we've been reading. I quoted you John 15:5 just now. I can quote you a bunch of scripture. And I can tell you I do that. Why? Because it strengthens my faith in tough times. It does. It truly does. Whenever I think that my day is not going well, I'll always remind myself. Proverbs chapter 3, verse 5 and 6. Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Lean not on your own understanding, but in all of your ways, acknowledge Him, and He will make your path straight. Yeah. Whenever I feel like I'm on the road and I don't know which direction to go, that's the verse I go to. Because it reminds me that, Fernando, you're not on this path by yourself. God is with you. And you need to seek him. And so I will definitely do that all the time. So start each day with prayer. Memorize scripture. And here's the last one. Keep your community strong by encouraging others in their walk with Christ. We are to encourage one another, guys. That's what Jesus wants us to do. He wants us to love and encourage one another. And when we do that, we keep our community strong by encouraging them. So, warriors, that's our mission. Our mission hasn't changed. Just because Donald Trump's in the office, and we can sit back and breathe a sigh of relief. No. We continue to prep. The mission hasn't changed, no matter, what the headlines say. We are still called to stay ready physically and spiritually. This world that we live in is uncertain, but God is unchanging, and he will give us the strength to preserve in the time of trouble. So, guys, I want you guys to keep prepping. Keep prepping. Every meal that you store, every skill that you learn, every verse that you hide in your heart, it all matters. We are building more than just a stockpile. We're building resilience for our families. We're building resilience for our community. And we're ultimately, we're doing this for the glory of God. Not for ourselves. Not to say, hey, look what I got. No way. All this is to glorify God. So let's keep our eyes on Jesus. Keep our eyes focused on him. Matthew 6:33. Right? We got to keep focused. We got to keep our hands busy. Right? We got to keep our hands busy. And together, we can face whatever comes with confidence and faith. So guys, thank you for stopping and hanging with me here tonight on this live stream. I'm so thankful for you guys and all that you've been doing. All of you who have gone to our YouTube page and subscribed to it. I thank you guys because that's y'all. I haven't done anything other than just be a willing vessel to be here and to share my prepping journey with you guys, to encourage you guys, to love on you guys. And, I truly want to build this community. And so if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, go to God's Prepared Warrior on YouTube. Subscribe to the channel because that's the main channel. Go to Facebook. Look up my personal page if you want. Fernando Charles. Add me on Facebook. Go to God's Prepared Warrior on Facebook. Like it there. And find the God's Prepared Warrior community page. And answer all the little questions there. And I will add you to that community page. Go there. Go to my Instagram. And check that out. Go to the website. Sign up for the devotional. It's free. That helps you guys out. Me and God sit there and we write that. And it's to help you have a great week. And then Tuesday I write the blog. So the blog will go out tomorrow. If you want that in your inbox, go to my website. The link is in the description below. If you're here on YouTube, I'll throw it up on TikTok tonight. Go to my website, go to the contact page, and click on sign up for the newsletter. And that gives you access to the devotional and to the blog on Monday and Tuesday for free. Everybody else, all of you got to wait. You got to wait till Thursday and Friday of that week. And probably by then you already forgot, Fernando's devotional and blog, and you've already gone through your week and you didn't prepare your spiritual armor. So everybody go to the website. It's a free website. It's not a .com yet. So even if I was to remember what it is, it's Wix something, God's Prepared Warrior. But go to my YouTube channel, click on any of my videos. You'll see all my links there. So check that out. Guys, thank you for Spike. Hey, what's up, brother? Spike Leatherworker. Good word, chap, he says. Thanks. Thank you, brother, for hanging with us on TikTok. Aaron, Shelly. Who else am I missing here? Salt Mist. There was a couple other ones. Rats, Double Rats. Thank you guys for joining us here on YouTube. Lime Time Industries, thank you for joining us here. I love it that you guys are engaging in here on the chat. That's so important. You guys on Facebook, my daughter is watching. My brother Marcos is watching. My wife is watching. My brother Yantrell Williams is watching on Facebook. Guys, thank you for joining with me tonight. We go live every Monday night at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. And I want you guys to continue to join us. I'm looking for moderators. So if you want to be a moderator for me, just shoot me an email at godspreparedwarrior@gmail.com. Tell me, hey, Fernando, I want to be a moderator. And just tell me which platform you want to be on. And whether that's YouTube or TikTok. And I can add you to be a moderator. And once we get everybody connected, who's going to be on that team, I want to actually have monthly meetings with all of you via Zoom so that we can build that community. So, guys, thank you for joining me tonight. Thank you, my TikTok friends, for joining me tonight, for liking and doing all that stuff y'all did on there today, putting all those things. So that actually helps me out. Helps me out over here on YouTube when you like, subscribe, comment, and share the channel. Guys, let's keep growing this community. We're sitting at 533 subscribers on YouTube. That's great. Let's shoot for the moon, right? Go give me 500 more. Let's reach that 1,000. See if we can do it. I think we can. All right, guys. Have a great night. I look forward to seeing you this week. If you haven't checked out, I actually threw out 3 videos over the weekend. Well, 2 of them came out today. But I actually recorded them over the weekend. So if you haven't checked out those videos, go to my YouTube channel, check out those videos. I actually make some fire starter tabs, and I show you how to do it. I actually did a video on my new radio, so go check that out. And I can't remember what the other one was about. I'm doing videos all the time. I made a lantern out of a jar, a piece of wire, and some mop string, and you can actually light this, and it's a candle out of vegetable oil. So I did a video on that. Check that video out too. I have a new comm device. This is a Meshtastic comm. You can actually text over radio waves, so I'm learning that. So eventually I will do a video on that. So just so you know, we're growing. Yay, great thing. Guys, you have a great night, and thank you for joining the channel. I'm so glad you were here. I hope to see you next week or this week in the videos. God bless you guys. God bless you guys on TikTok.